Hello, hello, hello. Hi guys, welcome to Remi's Town Hall Show. This is episode number 4. They are just whizzing along. If you are just finding me for the first time, where have you been? That's the first question. Where have you been? My name is Remi from Remio Digital. I am a connection building coach, and I'm also a business coach. And I help small business owners to, I teach them actually. I teach small business owners connection building strategies that help them grow their business online. So that's what I do. And every week on a Wednesday at 6 p.m., you will find me right here chit chatting, ranting, talking business stuff, having a laugh mostly because I'm a kind of a having a laugh type of girl. We are live on YouTube, so hello to YouTube family. We are live on Facebook. Make sure you bookmark this every week, guys. Put it in your diary, 6 p.m. every week for fun chats with me. Now, if you are if you're not from around here, right? We operate from a place of love, right? Lots of love and sharing love. So feel free to hit that like button and that heart button whenever you like, because the more love you pour this way, the more me and my guest, we feel your vibe. So keep sharing the love, guys. That's really, really important. And if you are watching live, do go ahead and drop me a hashtag live in the comments. And if you're watching this on replay, which I know a lot of you will be, because you're probably putting your kids to bed or doing other things, then drop me a hashtag replay so that I know that you've been here, and I will of course come back and give you some love. So before this show, I realized I have a bit of a weird routine, and I would love if you could let me know if anyone else does anything weird like this. So before I go live, I always spray deodorant on and I put perfume on. But why? Why would I do this? I don't know why I do it, but every week it's religious, right? Okay, put some lipstick on, put some deodorant on, and put some perfume on because I'm going live. I'm talking to people. It feels like I'm talking to real people, but of course I'm not. I'm in my office talking to my webcam, and you guys are very far away and have no chance of smelling me. But it's something weird I do. If you have any weird habits like that before you go live on the stream, do let me know in the comments what they are, because I think I might be a bit of a kook ball. But anyway, so normally at this point, what I would do is do a little tech talk, and I'm not really feeling inspired to do a tech talk, if I'm being honest today. I think the environment, the times we're in, it just all feels a bit weird. And if I had to summarize how I feel right now, it's kind of a bit of an ominous mood. And I'm in this weird, I can't quite put my finger on it, but it's all a little bit weird right now. So, kids are just going back to school. This whole racial debate has started up again with the Meghan and Harry interview, and seeing different viewpoints on social media. It is all quite triggering, especially to me as a woman of color. So it's a weird time today. So I'm not particularly feeling that inspired to talk about tech right now. I'd rather just have a chat with my guest, who I'll be bringing up in a few minutes. But whilst we are in tech corner, the tech corner of the show, can we just talk about this guy? This guy right here. It might be a girl, actually. You could be a girl, couldn't you? I got a new microphone today. I came back from the school run, and on the doorstep, Amazon had delivered the new microphone. Let me know in the comments how my sound is. Do I sound good? Do I sound more professional? I'm hoping I sound a bit more professional, and I'm hoping I look a bit more professional, because before I used to have on the headphones with the little microphone at the side of my face, and I never loved that look, but the sound quality was excellent. I think I've just got lipstick on my new microphone, so we'll have to give that a clean after. We'll have to give that a little clean. So I've got this new microphone. It was about 40 quid. It's called... Oh, I need the glasses off for this. It's called Marantz Professional. So if anyone's looking for a microphone and I sound okay, then go ahead and check this out. And whilst I'm sort of not really talking about tech, but talking about tech, I also have a light box, a big square light box to light me up today. The bulb went off. The bulb broke. This is what a bulb looks like inside the light box. Like, they are huge. I mean, it's the size of my head. So this one's a broken one. So I've just put a new one in. My light box is called Mount Dog. So I think I might have paid 40 or 50 quid for that as well. And my camera that I use is a HD camera. It's what is it? It's a Logitech. And it's a HD camera, which just gives a much professional feel. So if you are someone who is currently doing live streams in your business, if you are currently going live, if you are recording training or workshops or programs, and you're looking at how to set up your business, then there you go. There's some handy little tech stuff for you. The microphone, the light box, and the camera. Not my greatest tech talk I've ever given, but I'm hoping it might help somebody. So there we go. So again, I can see there's quite a few of you watching on YouTube and on Facebook. Do go ahead and say hi in the comments. Let me know where you're watching from. This of course is a town hall show. So let me put that little banner up. Do ask any questions you have of me and of my guest that's coming up in a minute. And fire in questions into the comment, and we will put those up on the screen and answer those. So my guest today is somebody who I actually got connected to inside my mentorship group, Lisa Barry's mentorship group. And the reason I stumbled across her was because she was doing a workshop inside of that community, and it was all about Facebook events, and it was brilliant. I really, really enjoyed it. And she is a glass artist, and she's also I'm going to call you an entrepreneur, Emma. That's what I'm going to call you, because she also helps other business owners who are handmade focused to grow their business and to get leads online using Facebook events, which I think is a brilliant niche, and we are going to talk about that today. So I'm now going to pull Emma up. Hey, Emma.
Hello.
That was a bit of a rubbish intro. I'm sorry, but I was winging it by the seat of my pants because I didn't get your bio that you sent me. Well, I've got it, but I didn't download it. So I'm sorry. My bad.
Don't say sorry. This was perfect.
Was it all right?
Yeah.
Good. All right. Well, why don't you give yourself a better introduction than I gave you and tell the world who you are and what you do?
Okay, so I'm Emma Kirkham, and I run a glass business called Emma Kirkham Glass. Very innovative title, I know, but it does what it says on the tin. So I've been working with glass since, I started in 1992 and I graduated in 1996. Yes. Oh my gosh, I moved then.
There you go.
I'm moving all around. Oh my God. I'm dizzy now. Stop it. Okay, so that completely put me off. So
I'm sorry.
Since 1996, I've been. Oh, look now, the dog's come.
Look at the baby. Reggie's come. Hey, Reg. Oh, look at the toy.
He's going to steal the show now. You realise that, don't you?
I love him already. Look at his face. Hey,
Reggie.
Oh, look at him.
Can you tell?
He's beautiful.
So anyway, I graduated in 96 with a degree in three-dimensional design, glass and ceramics, and I specialised in glass blowing. And I left university and I set up a business with my then partner, and we ran a glass blowing studio in the UK. And then in 2000 we moved over to the Netherlands and ran a glass blowing studio in a glass museum over there. We did lots of stuff, we made for lots of people, and it was really good. But sadly in 2013 got divorced, so I came back to the UK with my two kids.
Yeah.
I got the better deal because I got the kids, he got the glass blowing studio. You know, I can always build another glass blowing studio.
Absolutely.
I'm not going to be able to make the two kids the same, am I? So anyway, I digress. So when I came back to the UK, I really still wanted to be making glass, but I hadn't got access to a glass blowing studio. And so I looked to what we call fused glass.
Yep.
And fused glass is where you take literally sheets of cold glass, manipulate them into whatever shape you want. You can use a glass cutter or a saw, whatever, mold it, all sorts of different things. You put it into a kiln, goes to about 800 degrees, and then you've fused the glass together, hence the name fused glass. So several items actually become one item, which
Brilliant.
is the opposite way around to the hot glass, which you actually form as it's hot.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So I started working with the fused glass in a she shed in my parents' garden.
Nice.
And I decided that I actually needed to start selling all of this stuff that I was creating. You know, I was creating till the cows come home, but you know, it was piling up all around me.
Yeah,
And
you got to get rid of it. You got to get it out of the house.
I really need to just stop giving it away to everybody and start selling it. So back then, my boys were 7 and 5. I didn't want to be going to the usual craft fairs at the weekend because that would mean they'd be left with the grandparents because I was a single mum.
Yeah.
Or they'd have to come with me. Oh my God, heaven forbid taking them to a craft fair with me with all those delicate items. So that really wasn't an option. I didn't have a fancy pants website or the know-how to build one. And you know, like all those selling platforms you can use that the crafters use, they're okay, but you really had to know all about tagging systems, and they take quite a chunk of your profit.
They do. They absolutely do.
So it's kind of like, well, I'm going to have to think of another way because this, you know, I've got to sell these things. So I started looking to Facebook because that's what I knew at the time.
Yeah.
And I don't think Instagram had even been invented then. I don't know, but I hadn't heard of Instagram, certainly. Definitely didn't have a clue about LinkedIn. And to begin with, I really didn't want to go on Facebook because, you know, I had an ex-husband and he was going to find me and all of that kind of stuff was going on in my head. And, you know, I kind of got over myself and thought, you know, if I need to make a business out of this, I've got to become visible.
Yeah.
So I started using Facebook, you know, I built a page as you do. And then I found this little area called Facebook events.
Did you literally just stumble across it? Or did like somebody talk to you about it and sort of lead you there?
Not really, no, because I just kind of, you know, like when you're hanging around and you're trying to look for new things and you're on a platform and you, what does that do? Let's have a look what that does. And I'd obviously seen event things pop up.
Yeah.
But I didn't really get what they were. So it was kind of like, right, well, how can I utilize this area to be something? Because obviously I saw events and thought, oh, they're putting on craft events and things like that. But no, that's not what they were doing. They were allowing people to, you know, announce events that they were hosting.
Yeah.
But I took it the other way around and thought, you know, this is how I can host my own event from home.
Yeah.
And basically never leave the house again if I don't want to. Which is perfect for where we ended up last year, you know, where we couldn't leave the home. And, you know, so I built up my business using Facebook and Facebook events. I didn't have an email list. I didn't have a fancy pants website. I definitely didn't want to be giving money to Etsy and the likes.
No.
Sorry.
They do take a lot. They do.
Yeah. So I just thought, you know, I'm going to give this a whirl. And so I started using it. Obviously, I built up a following, and you know yourself, you don't need thousands and thousands of followers to have a successful business.
No.
You can have a really good business with fewer followers.
Absolutely.
As long as they're engaged and they like what you're doing and they're interested in your products. It you know, it really doesn't matter. No. So that's how I built it up to the stage where I could be a fully self-employed glass artist.
That's amazing. Like it's really not weird, but like I've used Facebook events in the past, right? Like I've not to their full potential, certainly not in the way that you use them, but I've used them and I've occasionally used them sporadically here and there. You know, you create the event and then just forget about it. Like I've done it now, like people will know and have done absolutely nothing with it. And it wasn't until I saw your workshop and I got so many light bulb moments about, oh my God, how you can actually use Facebook events in a really powerful way. And I used it for my last workshop, which I launched last week. And the response to that was massively different to anything I've run before, because I used Facebook events the right way because of things that you said, right? But so can you talk people through some ideas of of how to use Facebook events rather than just create an event and forget about it. What might be some of the things that people can use to actually help them to grow their business in the way that you've used it to grow yours?
Okay, so like you say, quite often people think, great, I'll hold an event. That's brilliant. I've built it like the Field of Dreams. If it's not, if you build it, they will come. It doesn't work like that. You actually have to actively promote what you're doing. So the big part of a successful event is the promotion side of it. And that's where a lot of people fall down because they don't like marketing themselves. They don't like, you know, it feels like they're bragging or they're being salesy or whatever. But Facebook events are the most non-salesy way I know of selling.
I agree, which is totally up my lane, which is why I think I loved it. When I realized what you were doing with it, I was like, this is for me. Like, I'm not salesy and pushy, and this is so not that, but it is selling, but it's in a really tactful, and it's a simple way. It's simple, but it works.
And it's a friendly way. I mean, I'm all about fun. I love things to be fun and enjoyable. I don't like the push and the grind. I like things to be in flow. I like them to be fun. I like people to feel like they're having a good time. So, you know, it was all about that for me. And making sure that you actually talk about your event in a way that it's attracting those kind of dream customers to come along and pique their interest to see what you're doing. It's once you've got them at the event that you can start then doing the selling, and that's when the real, you know, that's when the fun starts.
Do you know what I found massively interesting, and like the reason why I am now incorporating events into everything I do online is the reach. Right, the reach that I got on that one event, and admittedly I was sharing it in more places, but then I do that anyway, right? If I have something coming up, I share it and you get, I don't know, 10 likes or 20 likes or whatever. When I look now at the insights, and that's the powerful thing about Facebook events, is you get the insights as well. That one event reached 1,807 people, right? Now I've got just shy of 2,000 people on my Facebook page, but my organic posts don't get that reach on my Facebook page. But the Facebook event literally reached everyone.
It's incredible. It's a whole different ball game. And like I've said to you before, it's a massively underutilized area. It's hugely untapped. And you know, because obviously last year I saw how many fellow artisans and crafters were really struggling to make something work for themselves. Obviously all the face-to-face events were closed down, all the events were cancelled, you know, they were really struggling. I thought, well, hang on a minute, I can help them because I know how you can be making sales online without a website, without Etsy,
absolutely,
without the usual things people think of, and still be successful, and most importantly put that cash in the bank, which is what they really needed.
It's incredibly powerful. Like I'm so excited that you've kind of reintroduced it back into my life again, because it's going to be a game changer for me. Even doing these shows, I mean, I felt a bit embarrassed because it was like 3 days to go, and I was like, oh God, Emma's coming on. I've not made an event, 4-hour event. So I made an event for this. I literally was like, and then I was like, oh God, now I'm going to make sure I do an event every single week for the next show. But it was that thing of like, oh God, Emma, the event queen's coming on, and I haven't made an event. Like, make an event now. But also like Becky says here, the ability to invite people who are in your groups and attended your last event is great as well. That is absolutely magic, Becky. What did Becky say here? I just saw the event for this program. She saw it. See, I'm not telling lies, Emma. Honestly, I did publish.
I know. It's like when I said, is there an event link I can share to my audience or anything like that?
It's just coming, Emma. But
it's
that thing as well, right? It's like, so for this, and I haven't done it for this, and I should have done for future events I will, when I have a bit more time, I can put it into my, because I have a live show schedule. But one of the things is, once you've created that event, you can then go through your whole Facebook list and invite people to come to this event, and that's really powerful for getting people. And it also then comes up as a reminder, doesn't it? Like for people.
Yeah, that's the big thing. It's that that people get the reminder that something happened. Because people say, well, why don't you just go live and do it? It's like, okay, I can just go live, but you don't get the same kind of, you don't get the build up, you don't get the information, you know, that you can use afterwards and before. And, you know, people don't get those reminders, because if you remind them to set the reminder that they're going or they're interested, and they do that, they're going to get that reminder that you are, you know, either going live or doing something at that particular time. And it's all about having that information, because it's information that you can use the next time. And it's building, you know, using those as building blocks so that you can, because I'm not a fan of that, you know, invite everybody. I'm not a fan of that process, if I'm really honest. I think it's much better to select who you want to come to your event.
That's what I did with my last event, was I just selected people who I thought would be interested in. I didn't like invite me aunt and me great aunt and all that, but like, you know, the right people.
That's it. Yeah, because I think they, back in the day when I started, you could invite the world and his wife, and then I think they capped it to around 500 people. Well, I mean, even 500 people is a lot to invite, you know. So it's being realistic, and I always think, you know, if I just get a random invite from somebody to attend an event, I'm probably not going to take any notice. But if somebody takes the time to make the effort to speak to me about it, I'm more likely to say, oh yeah, that's actually something for me. So it's all about, you know, thinking about how you can be asking people to come to your event rather than just the random Facebook.
I agree. Everybody. I totally agree. And it's really funny because when I first set up the event, the first thing I did is I started inviting people, and I got to about 15 people. And then I saw the bit at the top where I could actually add a note, and I was like, oh, I should have put a note. So then I went back and created a note, and then I tagged some more people. And it was those people that were more interested than the first few, because it was just a random invite otherwise. And it's like, we know what it's like, you just swipe away, but then more people are interested. So
well, it's a bit like standing out in the middle of the street and saying, oh, anybody come for a cup of tea, you know. I mean, who's going to come round? But if you go and knock on your neighbour's door and ask them, they're more likely to come round, aren't they?
That's very true. Very, very true. And what about, can you talk about some of the things that you might do with people have a choice to say whether they're going or whether they're interested, right? So what are some of the things that you do to I guess follow up with people, or the people that say they're interested but they haven't fully committed? What are some of the things that you might do with those
just send them a reminder like you would do, you know, if you think about it, like you're hosting a party and you want people to come, obviously you send them an invite, but you know, the people that you really want to be there, you'd actually make the effort and say, you're definitely coming to the you're going to come to my birthday party, aren't you? I'd love to see you there. It's been ages. I'm not saying you do it quite in those words, but you know,
I know exactly what you mean.
Make sure that they've seen it and they're aware of it, and they're, you know, they're intending to come along to what you're hosting.
Brilliant. And so how long have you been doing this now with the Facebook events and teaching handmade businesses about Facebook events? How long have you been doing that, roughly?
That will be nearly a year at the end of March.
Oh, yes, are we having a party, Emma?
I think I might. I don't know.
I think you should host a Facebook event party. That's what I think you should do.
I need to, you know, like when you just start doing something, you don't really write down when you started doing it. I actually need to go back and look, when was the first thing I did?
Do you know, I totally relate to that. I got a reminder, I think I wrote a post about it as well a few weeks back, and I got a reminder. Loads of people on LinkedIn started going, congratulations on your 2-year anniversary. I had no clue. No clue when I'd started.
I'm sure Facebook will give me a reminder on the day, but that's no good.
Yeah, that's not good for planning in advance, but
no, so
that's brilliant.
I need to go back and have a look, because genuinely, I know it was around this time, because obviously the first sort of lockdown we had, that was 23rd of March, wasn't it? So it was right just after that time that I started doing them, because I thought, hang on a minute, this is how I can help.
Yeah. And so was your transition just that I suppose previously you were doing glass workshops in face-to-face before COVID, and then COVID happened and then you transitioned, or was you already doing this stuff before?
So I was already, you know, I was already creating my items and selling them via events. I did very few face-to-face things anyway, because it's not that I'm lazy, it's just
you don't like people, do you?
I love people. It's just effort. I mean, to host an in-person glass workshop, you've got to find a place, hire the space, look, to the area that you're going to do. Then they've got to do actually everything. Then I've got to lug all the kit back. Then I've got to fire it in the kiln. Then I've got to post it back to them. There's a lot of effort involved in hosting face-to-face sort of workshops. So I did them, but it wasn't something that I actually really pushed.
Fair enough.
I was more about sitting at my kitchen table and doing events and
it sounds like
leads that way.
Yeah, sounds blooming sensible to me. So how many Facebook events have you run selling your stuff? Lots.
I don't know. I don't know is the honest answer. I don't have to do them as much as I did in the beginning because I've built up my audience and they're returning people. They come back time and time again. So that's the good thing as well, that you actually build up that customer relationship. But I do still do them. My favourite one is my Christmas in July event, when I launch the Christmas products that I'm going to be selling. So that's a really popular event, and I always do that. And then there'll be Father's Day event, and then there'll be Christmas events nearer to Christmas, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Do you do anything for Christmas? Because I've seen people doing things like, I don't know what they call them because it's jumped out of my head, but like 21 days or 30 days, and every day they like sell a product at an event for like the whole of December. Do you do anything like that?
No, because I'll put it on my page, something like that. But actually, I'd rather host an event and have everybody come to it and show 30 items.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That gives and drabs, because you've got the attention there and then.
That's true.
And that's a really important thing. And like you've said yourself, the reach for an event is much better than adding tiny little posts that go out and maybe 2 people see.
That's true.
And so if they come to the events, also, if they're telling their mates about how good that event was, they can still go back and see that event and still look at what you've done. So it's much more, you have much more impact with an event than
more effective.
Sort of those 21 days. It's nice to drip out. I understand why people do it, but I'd rather do an event and get that interaction.
Also just feels like a lot of bloody work and a lot of being organised and all of that as well. Like, why not just do it, like you say, do it one time, hit all the people at one time, then you can follow up on people and stuff.
Well, it's like the very first event I ever did. I was absolutely petrified of being on camera. I was just like, I can't do this. I'd rather put pins in my eyes than go live. I actually don't know. There wasn't live. You couldn't go live back then. I'm sure they hadn't invented live then. It was just do a video or post photographs. So I thought, okay, I can't do that video malarkey. So let's photograph everything. And I remember sitting there photographing 60 items.
Oh man,
60 items, and then you've got to actually physically put 60 items into an event. Oh my God, it took hours. I think the event was over 2 hours long, but it worked. People were buying them, people were looking at the products, but it hadn't got the same kind of interaction that I can get now by going live. I think I got brave and did an open video for the next one and a closed video, about a minute long. It's like, hello, thank you for coming. Really appreciate it. Like, really happy when somebody buys something handmade. Thanks ever so much. Bye for now. And then when I posted it, I think I went and hid under a table and wobbled crazy.
I totally relate to that though. I totally get that. So the thing with Facebook events that some business owners might not know is that once you've launched your event, right? So you have the option to go live from that event. Becky's posted. Becky says, I remember picture launches back in the day when I was crafting baby items. Gosh, haven't times changed, eh? Like, it's just so much easier now. You can just hop on live and just show people, and then they can make a decision if they want to buy it. Like, it's so much easier. But so I was saying about Facebook events. Where was I going with this? I've got fibro, so my brain, like, minute it's gone. I think where I was going with this was the kind of the process for business owners to understand that once they've created a Facebook event, that they can, here we go. They can either go live, it's come back. They can either go live using Facebook Live Producer, like they could go live in that. And actually, that's probably, I think I remember you saying this. That's the best way, isn't it? Because it's all native to Facebook and they're more likely to support it. Talk to me about that, because I'm just going to muff it up.
So obviously you can do the photographs. Like if you're really dead against going live, I totally understand that because I've been there and I've been petrified. So, you know, if you want to start gently, you can just do the photograph route, or, you know, if you're a service-based business, you can create some Canva images that maybe portray what you're wanting to talk about for your business. And then obviously you've got the video route, so you can create some videos showing your products if you don't want to be live on camera. But you can actually also, you know, have the camera the other way around, so it's just focused on the product rather than on your face. So you're like a voiceover on the product. And you could do that when you go live, because obviously you've got the option to flip your camera. I wouldn't recommend it, but, you know, if you're really dead against it,
and some people
kind of
are nervous.
The interaction of a live, then you could do that. But I wouldn't use like we're doing now on this third-party app. I wouldn't use that for the simple reason it would affect your reach. And obviously, if you're doing an event, you want it to go out to as many people as possible, and the notifications be there. So,
and you can add your price on there. So you can either do free events, or if you're doing an event where you're charging a ticket price, you can add all of that into your event as well. So it has
I only ever use free events because for me, it's about bringing as many people as possible to you for free, and then they can see what you have as your selling item, whether that's a service or whether that's your product.
I love that.
As many people come as free to your party as possible, and then they can go away with a party bag if they buy something.
It's like an epic lead magnet. That's what it is. It's like a lead magnet, right?
But I don't use a lead magnet because for my niche, most of them wouldn't have a clue what I was talking about.
No, that's fair enough. I think it's brilliant. And then, of course, the other thing is that once you kind of use it as a lead magnet, you get loads of interest because Facebook is giving incredible reach with it. You bring them into your world, whether that's your Facebook group or wherever you are doing your business, and then you have give people the opportunity to either, you know, buy your thing or join your mailing list or whatever, right? So it's you know, it's bloody genius, Emma. It's genius. And thank you for just reintroducing it into my life. It was like a very short workshop, but I took so much away from it, and it really just lit that fire under me to really use Facebook events more. And then, like I said, at the end of doing my launch, I looked at the reach, and I'm just like, wow, I didn't pay for an ad, I didn't boost it. It's incredible, and it's completely
isn't it? It is the perfect way of, you know, using Facebook without the need for ads, and you know, you can get amazing results. And I know you know, Facebook are wanting people more and more to use ads, and I totally understand that because they're a business like we are. I totally get it. But if you can find a way where you don't need to just yet, then that's perfect.
Well, I think that's going to help lots of small business owners because, like I said, until I'd seen your little mini training that you gave for free inside Lisa Barry's group, I was just like, I would have just continued seeing that Facebook event button there and just going, can't be bothered with that, you know, now it's like going to be an integral part of my marketing online. So thank you very much.
Well, that's what it's all about. You know, it's helping people, because obviously you're not a product business like I am, but it's helping as many people as possible see the benefit of taking that little area of Facebook and actually utilizing it to its max. And that's, you know, that's what I've been teaching in my 6-month program. It's not just, you know, obviously we start with events, but it's, you know, working out how you can use it to its absolute full capacity. So that it's a constant generator for you.
Brilliant. Tell us about your course that you run, so if anyone's interested, they can get in touch with you.
Okay, so it's a 6-month mentoring program. It's called the Social Selling Superstardom program. And it's all about you being fully supported to use Facebook, and in particular, obviously, Facebook events to generate those quick sales, which is what you want, because you want to be getting the cash in the bank, especially if you're somebody who's had so many events cancelled, and obviously we're still not out of, out into the open and going out in public. I know people have been booking events for this year in the hope that everything will be back to normal, but they're still being cancelled. So this is a way of you generating those quick sales and getting the cash in the bank quickly, and it shows you how to leverage events, so you're avoiding the rapidly rising fees from the third-party sellers. It allows you to grow your audience so they become nationwide and maybe even global. People, raving fans, are able to come to you and buy really quickly, whereas normally you'd have probably had to travel the length and breadth of the country to be able to host those face-to-face events.
Absolutely.
And this is just about me supporting you to be able to do this all from the comfort of your own home. There's no tech, there's no traveling.
There's no corona.
No corona, and there's no worrying about SEO or tagging systems and things like that. It's all, basically, if you can set up a profile on Facebook, you can host an event. So it's totally tech free, basically.
Brilliant. Oh, I love that. Honest God, if you have a handmade or product based business, then I would absolutely bite Emma's hand off and get on her program, because the potential is huge, and to be taught a way to organically grow your business online without having to put more money in your pocket or take money out of your pocket or spend money that you don't have because you're a new business or you're a startup, then this is an invaluable course to go on. Before we go, I'm going to do a quick fire round of you in a minute, but can you just quickly tell people how they can get hold of you or reach you or find you?
They can find me on Facebook, Emma Kirkham Glass, or Emma Kirkham is my personal profile. You can send me a friend request. If you want to know more about the mentoring program, you can find it www.emmakirkham.uk. That's just .uk, not co.uk. So www.emmakirkham.uk, and all the information about the 6-month program is on there, and it'll give you all the details. And obviously, if it's something you'd really like to talk to me about, I'm always happy to jump on a call.
Magic. Lisa's here. She says she really does know what she's talking about. There you go. Lisa's bigging you up.
Oh, bless. Thank you, Lisa.
And Lisa's looking forward to the quick fire round. Are you up for the quick
fire round? I'm quite nervous
round?
now. What are you going to do to me? Quick, I think the dog needs to go out.
Right, let's get the quick fire round banner up. There we go. Right, okay. I've got 10 questions.
Okay.
10 questions. Let me get those up on my other screen. All right, so you can just answer quickly. Just go with your gut answer. Don't overthink it.
I'm worried now.
Just remember, Remi is incredibly silly, so these quick fire questions play into my silliness.
Sausage. That's my answer. Sausage.
Yes, I want sausage for every answer. Let's see if this works.
Okay. All
right, here we go. Quick fire round. Let me open it up a bit. Sorry. Hold on. 2 secs. There we go. It's hiding a bit of the screen. There we go. Now I can see all the questions. Cake or pie?
Sausage.
I got a little stitch. I got a stitch. I laughed too hard. Why is sausage so funny?
At least you didn't leak. I get delirious when I'm tired. I'm sorry.
Oh no, I'm also tired as well. I think that's what I'm and I'm running today on crisps and a banana. I've had no proper nutrients in my body, and I'm
need a sausage.
I need a sausage. Oh God! Right, all right. Come on, let's do this. Quick fire round. Right.
Okay, I'm serious now.
No more sausage because I can't cope and I've got a stitch already. Right. How many times did you sneeze in the last 7 days?
Never.
Do you not sneeze?
I can't remember.
Right. Do you like the word dapper?
Yeah.
Big dogs or small dogs?
Reggie-sized dogs.
Well, what is it? He's like a medium-sized dog. He's lovely.
Yeah, he's a working cocker spaniel, whatever they are.
Can you grab him? He's behind you, and he's so delicious. He's going to end my night. Look at that face. Oh, I love him. I love him.
Love you
Right.
too.
Let's carry on because I'm just distracted by his little face. How many hours of sleep do you need?
I need tons, but I get about 5.
Are women complicated?
Of course.
Can you say "good day, mate" in an Australian accent?
Good day, mate. Sausages. That was Reggie. That wasn't me.
The stitch is back. The stitch is back. Oh, I've got to stretch it out. Oh God. Right. Oh,
I'm glad you started this now.
I know. Oh, right. I don't even know what number we're on. Paper or plastic?
Paper. Actually, glass.
Yeah, that's the right answer. Do you know how to salsa dance?
No, but I'll give it a good whirl.
Oh God, we're gonna have to end the stream. I've got an epic stitch coming on. And finally, what is your favorite type of tea? Because I know you drink. Do you drink tea or are you coffee girl?
Oh,
Your
gosh,
tea. I'm sure I've had you a cup of tea, haven't you? Favorite type of tea?
Yes,
do
I do.
Green tea, black tea, mocha tea.
Caffeine free. Otherwise, I stay up even longer.
Oh God, Alexis is on. She's a nutritionist, and she heard me say crisps and bananas.
And sausage. Just tell him about the sausage.
Sausage, as Lisa Barry said, sausage. Oh God, right. I think we're gonna have to wrap it up because I've got an actual stitch and it's quite painful.
Oh no.
That's your fault, Emma, for making me laugh too much. You broke me. You broke me today. Oh gosh, that's a stinger. Right, so we're gonna have to wrap it up.
Okay, my love.
I'm just going to be twitching otherwise. But thank you so much for coming on and having this lovely chat. Oh God, it really hurts. It really hurts. I'm having an operation in a couple of weeks, so I'm hoping that will fix this problem. No, it's fine. It's fine. It's not a sob story. But yeah, this happens quite often. Anyway, thank you so much. I'm sorry this is ending rapidly, but the pain is intensifying. So I'm going to go. But thank you so much. Please go check out Emma Kirkham. And I will see you guys next week. Back next week, Wednesday, 6 p.m. Love you all. Thank you so much for watching and commenting. And yeah, it's goodbye from me and
goodbye from me and Reggie.
And Reggie. Oh, look, that was perfect timing. Right. Lots of love. Thank you so much, Emma.
Thank you. Take care. Lots of love.
Bye. Bye.